The studio lights glowed a little warmer that morning, as if they too understood this wasn't just another broadcast, it was a farewell. Ben Shephard stood at the familiar desk, hands resting gently on the polished surface that had been his anchor for so many years. The hum of the studio, the quiet shuffle of producers, the distant countdown, all of it felt different today. He had done this thousands of times before, but this moment carried a weight he couldn't quite put into words. "Welcome to Good Morning Britain," he began, his voice steady, though something softer lingered beneath it. Across from him, Kate Garraway offered a reassuring smile. It wasn't just another morning for her either. It was the closing chapter of a partnership built on laughter, trust, and countless early starts. The kind of bond that only grows when you've shared years of live television, unscripted moments, breaking news, and bursts of uncontrollable laughter. As the show unfolded, it carried on with its usual rhythm, headlines, interviews, weather updates, but there was an undercurrent of nostalgia threading through every segment. The crew moved with quiet precision, yet their eyes often drifted toward Ben, as if trying to capture every last second. Then came the moment everyone had been quietly anticipating. Kate turned toward him, her expression shifting. "I wasn't going to say much," she admitted, already laughing through the emotion. "Because I knew this would happen." Ben chuckled softly, though his eyes betrayed him. "You're an incredible person," she continued, her voice catching slightly. "An incredible friend, and honestly, one of the best people I've ever had the privilege to work with." The studio fell into a gentle silence. "You make everything better, every show, every conversation, every day. And I'm going to miss you." Ben looked down for a moment, blinking quickly. "Fighting it, I told myself I wouldn't cry," he said, smiling, though his voice trembled just enough to give him away. From behind the cameras, familiar faces began to appear: Richard Arnold, Charlotte Hawkins, Andy Peters, Alex Beresford, each stepping forward with smiles that carried years of shared memories. Their presence filled the studio with warmth, like a reunion disguised as a goodbye. Clips played on the screen behind them, moments of chaos, laughter, heartfelt interviews, and the occasional on-air mishap. A montage of a career not just built on professionalism, but on humanity. Ben watched, shaking his head with a soft laugh. "I forgot about that one," he muttered, wiping at his eye. "You didn't forget," Richard teased. "You just hoped we had." Laughter broke through the emotion, just as it always had. But the final moments came sooner than anyone wanted. The clock ticked down. The producers signaled. It was time. Ben took a slow breath and turned back to the camera, the same lens that had carried his voice into millions of homes over the years. "It's been an absolute privilege," he began. "Waking up with all of you, sharing stories, moments, life, really." He paused, gathering himself. "This place, this team, it's more than just a job. It's family." Kate reached for his hand, giving it a gentle squeeze. "I'm incredibly grateful," he continued. "And while I'm excited for what's next, this will always be a part of me." His eyes glistened now, no longer holding back. "So, thank you for everything." The studio held its breath. "And now," he said softly, a familiar smile returning, "it's goodbye, for now." As the music swelled and the cameras slowly pulled away, the applause began, not loud or dramatic, but steady and full of meaning. Ben stepped back from the desk, surrounded by colleagues who had become lifelong friends. There were hugs, quiet words, and shared glances that said more than anything spoken aloud. And just like that, an era ended. But as he walked away from the